Okay, hey folks, Captain Dave here. I'm a pro staffer with Smokercraft Inc. I'm in New Paris, Indiana at their plant, and I want to showcase this Phantom 20 X2 Offshore. It's a boat that I run every day in Lake Huron as a charter captain. So I'm just going to go through some of the features. I want to start outside. We'll talk about the overall weight of this boat dry is 2,520 pounds. It's an easy tow with an F-150 truck. The bottom gauge of the aluminum is 160. The sides are 125. And we'll just go to the back here. This one is powered by Mercury's Pro XS 200 horse. This boat maxes out at 250 horse. So you'll see the offshore bracket at the back here, and underneath a very large pod which extends the hull by about 2 feet. So you have that extra planing surface, which is fantastic in rough water. So across the back platform here, there's a large fish box in here with an integrated cutting board. So if you're one that likes to clean the fish on board, you can do it right here. Very, very large holding center as a fish box. You can load this baby up with ice. It's self-draining. I like that it drains onto the offshore bracket here, and then into the water. You get that nice kind of fishy footprint in behind while you're trolling. And then beside that is, there's lots of uses for this. It's sort of meant to be a sink in cold weather. If you had a kicker motor here, you could actually run the telltale water that's cooling the engine because it comes out warm. You could reroute it up here, use it to keep hands warm, use it as a bait station, that type of thing. What I really liked about it was I had an opportunity to put a lid over the top of this and use it for additional storage. So I keep things like terminal tackle, all those things that I need handy right there. And then if we come a little bit more forward, across the back, again, this is all diamond plate aluminum, so the look is beautiful. So on either side at the back here, you have a compartment for a battery. So you'd have battery 1 and battery 2, and then in the center you have a large area again that allows you easy access to your bilge pump, your washdown pumps, all that type of stuff. You can get right down into the bilge there, change anything out that you need to. Lots of room. And then going forward, very large gunnels on both sides, lots of room for storage. Your rods, your reels. I keep some tackle in there, keep my offshore boards in there. This boat is equipped with the heavy-duty integrated track system on both the upper part of the gunnel and the lower. So there are a number of companies that make different tools and items that will fit in there, including rod holders, that type of thing, that will fit into this track system. It can be moved anywhere along that track depending on the type of fishing you're doing and where you need your equipment. These benches are not pinned down. You have that option to do so. But what I really like is it's incredible for storage. I never did pin mine down. When I get my gear in here and get somebody sitting on it, they don't move around even in rough water. It comes with full canvas fisherman's top. You can see how nice and tall it is. You got about a 6-foot clearance here. It's got side windows. You close up the front. It's got a drop curtain, so you can close this area completely in. You can close the bow off from the rest of the boat as well. So then moving forward, we have another storage area in between the seats here. Again, lots of storage here. This would also be used for additional batteries if you're going to run a bow mount. This is an option where you can run your batteries. It's self-draining, so if it does get wet there, you don't have to worry about the water sticking around. There's 2 drains on either side at the back side that will take it out. So while we're talking about storage, you have a glove box here. Lots of room there. There's nice big deep shelves on either side underneath for storage, as well as at your feet on both sides, additional storage for things like dock lines and so on. I really like this one. I use this for my flares, flare gun, buoy and heaving line. All that kind of stuff fits very nicely in there. Grab handle here for your front seat passengers. Grab handles on either side of the benches for passengers that are back there. Lots of room on the top here for electronics on either side. This one has the Humminbird Explorer 9. I keep 2 large units here. Lots of room to do it. And again, you've got room for your kicker controls, if that's what you're doing, and main controls, both at the helm, and lots of room to run your wiring and stuff down the starboard side. So if we move to the front, this is one of the greatest features of the boat. There's a couple things about it. First of all, it's a self-draining bow. So you have a small door here that will come across, and then you have your large door here that closes things up here. You bring this down and attach it here. You've got this completely closed in. So now you've closed off your bow entirely. So if you're in rough water and you do take water over the bow, you don't have to worry about it showing up in your bilge. There are drain channels up in the front that take it into tubes and take it straight out the back. So it comes in and it goes out. No issue there. Also up front, you have a massive live well. One of the things I love about this boat is you have a massive live well up front, but you also have your fish box at the back. So quite often what I do is I fill the live well. I'll start the fish in there. If I decide to bleed them out at a certain point, I let them bleed out there, and then I move them back into the fish box on the ice. If you have kids on board, they love to move the fish for you from one place to another. So it's one of those few boats where you have that option to move them from a live well to a dead box in the back full of ice. Great option. And then forward of the live well is another storage area. I used it for my Dakota lithium batteries. They're a lower profile, and you can mount them in any configuration that you need to. So that's where I chose to put my batteries for my bow mount. The bow mount motor fits on that front, no problem at all. The only thing I would say is that when you're running the shaft of it, it's better to come down the starboard side, which is not necessarily traditional. But if you run it this way, you run the risk of bumping into the door when it's open. And to avoid that, you would move it out a bit. But then if it's outside of your gunnel, it's sort of the first thing to touch the dock. So I think you're much better to run it down the starboard side in this case. You have navigational lights and a horn integrated here. Another storage compartment here. Again, I use that for anchor road. It's big and deep. There's all kinds of room in there for that. So that is Smoker Craft's Phantom X2 Offshore in the 20-foot version.